In our second series, we have 3 exercises we're going to perform. The first exercise is a sumo deadlift to an upright row. So Jesse's going to take his feet wide. Toes are going to be more turned out than a squat. Picking up the weights down from the floor, pushing through the heels. As he comes up, he does an upright row. Leading with the elbows, weights go right at chin level. So really want to keep your spine tall here. Shoulders are back. Now to modify this, you don't have to come down as low, because the idea is you want to keep your back up tall the whole time. So if we tend to go too low sometimes, if the weight's heavy, it's going to pull us forward. We're going to round into our back. So why don't you show what it looks like when you're rounding your spine versus keeping it nice and tall. Yeah, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the back. So
that just doesn't feel comfortable either. So just check in mirrors if you're working out.
Definitely. I always like to turn to the side. Whenever we're doing anything that requires a straight back, kind of turn to the side, look in the mirror, and see if you are keeping that straight back.
It'd be important to remember to also engage your glutes, to lift up, to squeeze your glutes as you pull up. And that's going to provide a lot of stability in this movement.
Yeah, definitely. All right, the next exercise we call a slow burn curl. You're really going to focus on your biceps. So for this one, you want the palms to face up, and you're going to bring it up for about 2 count. 1, 2. And then you're going to slowly release that eccentric motion for 4 counts down. Up for 2, and down 2, 3, 4. Good. As you're bringing it up, make sure you leave a little bit of room between the weight and your shoulder. If you let it go all the way, you're losing that tension. So I say about a fistful of room between the weight and your arm, all the way extending down. Good job, Jess. All right, and the last thing we do is really hit the abs hard. We're going to do some side oblique work, and we're going to also just hit the front of our core. All right, the next movement we're going to do is really going to shred your abs, working on building up strength in the core. We are going to do a front pike. So Jesse, lie down all the way on your back and take your arms overhead. So the starting position, we're going to lift our shoulder blades up, lift our legs up. So we're hovering our legs about 6 inches off of the ground. Notice here he's fully engaged already. His abs are working really hard. Belly's drawn in towards the spine. You can really feel our lower back pressing against the floor here. We're hollowing out the abs. From here, he's going to lift his legs up and crunch hands to try and touch the toes. And from there, lowering all the way back down, same starting position, and lifting back up. Good. I want to inhale as you come down and exhale on that power movement as we come up. Good. Slow counts here. 1, 2, down 2. Especially that down part's really going to burn. All right, to modify this, what we do is bend the knees. Take some pressure off of the back, especially if we're just building up our core muscles. Sometimes we'll feel some exercises in our back. This will help to decrease that. So same thing as lifting the shoulder blades up. Legs are lifted, coming down and up. And then once you build it up a little more from there, you can keep the knees bent and extend them on the way down. And then we can fully have the legs extended on that next step. All right, from here we're moving on to a side version of this, so side pikes. He's going to be resting on his forearm, elbows down. He's on his right or left glute. So that's where we're resting here. We're not resting on our hip, we're not lying on our back. We're really resting on the meaty part of our glute. All right, from here, he's going to pike up, arm overhead, lifting the legs and crunching in. So arms trying to touch toes. Good, getting a nice squeeze each time. And if we want to make this a little more challenging, he would just extend all the way down to the floor. So we have a lot more length here, a lot more room to come up. Good, exhaling at the top, inhaling on the way down.
That's tough, yeah.
Yeah,
There are definitely some tough movements, so you're definitely going to have fun with that.